Alright, so first things first, let's get her marked. So I've got it routed how I want it, keeping it pretty nice and tucked because opposite lock obviously the end is going to bulge out. I know once I put my ferrule on, the cable virtually sits at the end here, so I'll go all the way in. So let's mark that, give it a little bit there. That's where the cable cut's going to be, or the outer sheath. Then what I'll do is, what I cut off there, I'll cut off the end of this cable so it stays the same as the OEM length that's extra. I've done a little bit of research as well. It looks like it has around about 250 mil extra cable to sheath, so I'll just double check those figures. So for now, we've got that cut. I shall cut the cable back out, take it off the bike. We'll have a look at cutting this outer sheath. Here we have the old cable. As you can see, it's looking pretty tattered. It's all broken, but at least I have a backup if I stuff this up. Alright, so this is our cut point. For this, I might go and get some tools out of the car because I've got some specialist tools to cut cables, being an electrician. So as I said, being a Sparky, I've got an arsenal of tools to cut cables. I'm thinking maybe the parrot nose, being round, it sort of crimps it on both sides instead of squashing it like the side cutters would. So we're just gonna wrap that there, nice and quick. Alright, so we're all cut. There's a little bit of plastic there from the sleeving, but that's not going to worry it. So we put our sleeve end back on. I'll feed this cable back through. And looking good. We have the shorter outer sleeve done. So I did 2 cuts just to make sure it would cut alright. As you can see there, it's pretty damn good, pretty open. So virtually this is the full length that I took off the actual sleeve. Measure that. I've taken 195 mil off the sleeve. So from here I virtually just took the nipple off the end here. I cut it straight off. So I'm thinking if I take that 195 back off, that should be the right cable length. Just to make sure, I'll probably leave it a little bit longer. Because we can always take that up with the actual cable adjuster. Right, so I thought I'd double check against the OEM cable just to see what my lengths add up to after I've done my mark. So I've pinched them together, lined up the end nipples, come up here. So OEM from the end there, we're looking at about 152 mil. And then my mark is about 155. So that's that extra couple of mil that I allowed in it. So I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to throw her on. Make sure you throw this on first. You're in a world of hurt. Yep. All right. So I need to bird cage the end of this now, so it won't pull through. I don't have a birdcage tool, so the best I can do is with some side cutters. Just give it a good bending. I've also got the solder pot heating up to start melting the solder in there. You can see that is quite frayed. I'll try and bend it back on itself a bit. Make a bit of a ball mess. Nice, that'll fit in nicely. So from here, we'll give this a bit of acetone, just to clean off any oils and so forth. Same goes with the actual nipple itself. That looks pretty good. So before I had the other flux, I sort of opened it up and it was a paste that I used for plumbing pipe. I remembered reading that you needed the liquid stuff, so I went back and googled that, and definitely liquid. So I flew down and got some liquid, which hopefully is going to be a bit nicer. Let's melt our solder. Alright, that's probably enough for now. So from here, we've got to dip the end of the cable in the flux. Bring that down, get the bird cage nice and tight in there. So, and we'll dip the whole lot back in the flux. And hopefully we should have a soldered end. 10 seconds in here. Out, quelch it. Perfect. It's got a bit of a mound on there, but we'll file that down. Looks good, guys. I'm bloody happy with that. Strong as strong and looks the part. I'll try and get this fitted up. Alright, so I've given it a nice sand off. You can see the solder's like kicked in there nicely. We're going to try and get this into the lever now. Alright, we are in. Guide that through. Slide this up. Alright, so you can sit that back in how I had it. That's about her there. Needs a bit of adjustment, but we're looking good. Okay, so we've got the cable installed. I did have somewhere here. I've got my rod, 201mm rod, which I can go from the transmission to the end. So I've probably got another couple of little turns there just to get that right. Snug that up. Okay, hopefully you can see in there. There's my 201mm. The cable's looking good. It's routed the way that I want it to be routed. So we lock this up now. That's nice and snug. And then we wind the bolt on the back here. If I can find a spanner. We wind this up until there's no free play left. And there we have it. We should have, if you can see down there, clutch throw. Beautiful. Another job done. Thanks guys.